again, I'll gut you like a fish.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Behold! Fish boy!
This is my boomstick!
Red rum.
Garbage day!
We'll tear your soul apart.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Hail, Radma.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Three from Hell podcast. Woo! I'm Sam, and I'm joined by Melee and Justin and Dino. And before we get started, I want to say something. I don't know why. I was taking a shower and this popped in my head. We are the Three from Hell podcast. When we originally started this, I had the thought process of this only being myself, Justin, and Tony, with the occasional guest. And then we started bringing on the occasional guests. And I remembered how much fun it is having my friends do shit with me. So, I don't give a fuck if it's the Three from Hell and there are 4 of us, or 5 of us, or 6 of us, or however many. I'm just glad my friends are here watching fucking movies with us, so.
Real.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
The name's confusing. Who cares? We're having fun. Watch movies. Today, we just watched The Menu. And we're going to get into it right now.
Whoa.
So, without any further ado, The Menu was directed by Mark Mylod. It was written by Seth Reese and Will Tracy. It was produced by Adam McKay, Betsy Kosh, and Will Ferrell.
Really?
Didn't know that. That's fucking crazy.
The other guy.
Cinematography was done by Peter Deming. Editing done by Christopher Tellefson. The music was done by Colin Stetson. Your production companies are Hyperobjects Industries, Gary Sanchez Productions, and TSG Entertainment, distributed by Searchlight Pictures, with a release date of November 18th, 2022. The film has a runtime of 107 minutes with a budget of $30 million, and it brought in, at the box office, $79.6 million. Your cast includes... I'm just going to run through everyone, because there's not a lot of people in this film, so it's not going to take up that much time. John Wilkins plays Server Number 2. Matthew Cornwell plays Dale. Christian Gonzalez plays Server Number 1. Mel Fair is a boatman. John Paul Allen as a boat waiter. Adam Alkirks as Jeremy. Christina Mercado as Catherine. Peter Gross as the sommelier. Mark St. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mark St. Kier as Dave. Arturo Castro as Soren. Rob Yang as Bryce. Rebecca Kuhn as Linda. Judith Light as Anne. Reed Birney as Richard. Amy Carrero as Felicity. John
Leguizamo.
Yes, him as a movie star. I guess they never actually revealed his name. That's kind of crazy.
They do say his name, but I think they only say his last name. When they introduced like everybody at the beginning, when she's like, "Oh, you gave him his real name."
Paul Adelstein as Ted. Janet McTeer as Lillian. Hong Chow as Elsa. Nicholas Holt as Tyler. Anna Taylor-Joy as Margot, and Ralph Fiennes as Chef Slowick. Without any further ado, he's back.
Melee.
It's his time. Melee. Oh, wait.
Tony.
Actually, before we get to it. Oh, yeah, Tony has been moused once again. We do apologize for
as per usual
any inconveniences.
We should watch the Mousetrap.
If you want to watch this, if you want to watch this goddamn film, you can watch it on Hulu or Disney Plus if you have the Hulu Disney Plus bundle. It's also available on Amazon Prime, or you can rent or buy it wherever you rent or buy your films. Or you can watch it with us at patreon.com/you damn right for just $1 a month. And with that being said, from here on out, spoiler heavy review and plot breakdown of the film. So if you have not seen it, go watch it now. And now that everyone is gone that hasn't seen the film, or if you're stupid enough to stay here and not go fucking watch it, Melee. Let's see what that synopsis is all about.
All right. Synopsis. Morgan
That's
Mills.
not what I was expecting.
Unbelievable.
Margaret Mills and her
Margaret.
date Tyler. Yeah, Margaret.
Market. Jesus Christ. Market Mills. General Mills.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
General Mills and her date Tyler traveled by boat to Hawthorne, an exclusive restaurant owned and operated by celebrity chef Julian Slowpoke, located on a private island. The other guests attending the dinner are Lillian, a food critic, her editor, Ted, not the bear,
Mm-hmm.
wealthy couple Richard and Anne, Jorge, a post-prime movie star, and his personal assistant Felicity from Arrow, and business partners Serene, Dave, and Bryce, along with Julian's alcoholic mother. The group is given a tour of the island by the restaurant Maitre de Hotel. Elsa, who notes that Margaret was not Tyler's designated guest for the evening. Dinner begins, and Julian introduces a series of courses. No hands.
Mm-hmm.
Delivering increasingly unsettling monologues about each meal. As the night goes on, secrets about each guest, ranging from affairs to money laundering, are slowly revealed amidst dialogue satirizing class divides, climate change, patriarchy, Christian, hindering women's success and creating unreasonable expectations for men, and capitalistic exploitation, usually spurred by Julian and the staff's introductions in meals. During the fourth course, a sous chef kills himself in front of the guests, and another staff member cuts off Richard's ring finger when he tries to escape. After the fourth course, the restaurant's prime investor and Soren, Dave and Bryce's boss, is drowned in full view of the diners. He had wings, so I don't know why he didn't fly away like an idiot. At various points of the night, Julian allows guests to attempt escape, only to have the staff catch and return them. Julian declares all the guests were selected because they either contributed to him losing his passion for his craft, or because they make a living off exploiting the work of artisans and workers like him and his team. He announces that everyone present will be dead by the end of the night. Since General Mills' presence was unplanned, Julian privately gives her the choice of dying either with the staff or with the guest. When Margot hesitates, Julian decides for her, saying he knows his upper-crust customers from fellow service industry workers. It is revealed that General is an escort named Aaron, who has been hired before by Richard, explaining them staring at each other all night, and who Tyler has hired for the evening. Julian reveals that Tyler was invited personally and knew all along that the dinner would end with everyone's death. So he invited Margaret, knowing full well she would die. Julian humiliates Tyler further by forcing him to cook and insulting his food, causing Tyler to kill himself in a storeroom. Julian asks Margot to collect a barrel needed for dessert. Margot sneaks into Julian's house, only to be attacked by Elsa. Margot kills Elsa in self-defense by stabbing her in the neck. After seeing newspaper clippings of Julian's past life in his office, Margot finds a radio call and calls for help and returns to the restaurant with the barrel, not from the cracker. A Coast Guard officer arrives from his boat, then reveals himself to be a line cook in disguise and returns to the kitchen. General mocks Julian's dishes and complains that she is still hungry. When Julian asks what she would like to eat, Margot requests a cheeseburger with fries on number 9 Lodge, having previously seen a photo of a younger, happier Julian working at a fast food restaurant. Real. Moved by her simple request, he prepares the meal to her specifications. Margot takes a bite and praises his food, then asks if she can get it to go. Julian packs the food for her, and he and the staff allow her to leave. General takes the Coast Guard boat docked nearby and escapes the island. The dessert is an elevated s'mores dish. The staff cover the floor with crushed graham crackers and and adorns the guests with small capes made of marshmallows and hats made of chocolate. Julian then sets the restaurant ablaze, detonating the barrel and killing the guests, staff, and himself. And what about my dog? What about Jack? As Margot watches from the boat and unpacks her cheeseburger to go. And that is the end of the movie.
Then
Fish.
Baller.
Mm-hmm. Finito.
all right, Justin.
Take us
All
out.
right.
What do the people think?
People and critics have decent opinions about this movie, surprisingly, but still not as high as I thought it would be. Top critics gave this movie an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
All
nice.
critics gave it 88%. So at the very least, there's not that far of a disconnect between the two. Verified in all audiences for this movie gave it a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Not bad.
very, very interesting in terms of the decrease in the view or in the reviews from the audience score. But then again, we all know people that are people. So let's get through some of these reviews. I feel like it may not even be worth it to read some of the top and all critic reviews, because out of all of them, there is, if we include, I think if the top critic and all critic scores are combined, it's 40 total negative reviews of the movie,
Mm.
and the rest of them are positive. And the one negative one I just read was about it making you hungry when you leave, which is like, okay, yeah, and that's literally me watching anything that has to do with food, though. Like, okay, fucking whatever. Anyway, let's. What do the audiences think? What do the masses think of this movie?
The worst movie in the Halloween franchise.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. I'm 40 plus years of movie watching. I thought I had seen every horror combination possible until today. I never thought Murder Suicide Restaurant would ever happen. 2 stars.
What? Okay. Why is all right? Why is it
I don't get it. It's
okay.
just mean. Half star.
Okay.
This movie did not disappoint. Loved the plot, loved the script, and the acting. Was horrified several times and laughed out loud a few times. Fits perfectly into the genre of comedy horror. Yeah, 5 stars.
Comedy horror.
Comedy horror, not horror comedy. Comedy horror. Different.
Yes.
You can't find a worse movie. Whatever you do, 1 star.
Yeah.
Have you seen Halloween 6?
Have you seen Lake Alice, which will not be covered?
Have you seen
on the
Halloween
podcast.
Ends?
Have you seen Halloween Ends? Have you seen Lake Alice? Dude, nothing happens in that fucking movie.
It will not be covered on the podcast.
Half star, pretentious garbage.
Thank you.
I love the fact that I went into this movie without knowing anything about it. Such a tense and volatile story filled with jaw-dropping moments. 5 stars.
Yeah.
The humor is too dark for me. 2 stars.
All right.
9/11.
9/11.
I just need, yeah. Just an amazing movie. 4 stars. I'm just trying to find like a real fucked up bad one. Lack of substance. Kept expecting something to happen, but just another gruesome death. I just felt uncomfortable the entire movie. I think that was the point.
That's the whole point.
1 star.
Best sequel in the Halloween franchise. 2 stars.
4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. Cheeseburger. Yummy. Okay.
Yes.
I like Anya Taylor-Joy. She is a wonderful actor. Okay. And I also like the chef. Yes, chef.
I'm hungry.
This movie was an absolute waste of time. 1/2 star.
Thank you.
Oh god.
When I saw Will Ferrell getting a producer credit, I should have known. For me, it was very predictable what was going to happen in the film. Too much foreshadowing for me. The audience has a brain, let them use it. The ending was totally ludicrous,
What?
not at all believable
up.
on any level. Half star.
Okay. What?
Okay, this person could go fuck themselves.
What about seeing Will Ferrell with a producer credit gave away what the fuck was going to happen in this movie?
Nothing.
Everyone knows the fucking classic trope in Will Ferrell films where he opens a restaurant and fucking kills everybody. Everybody knows that. I mean, come
Everybody
on.
knows Will Ferrell murder-suicide restaurant.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, the other guys.
Yeah.
The classic SNL bit. See? Yeah, the classic SNL bit where Will Ferrell opens a restaurant and does double murder suicide.
Way better than the cheerleaders.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Anyway,
I'm hungry.
if pretentiousness and condescension were made into a sauce and smeared onto a screen for 2 hours, 1.5 star.
Scream 4.
Real. Yeah, fuck it. Wait, actually, no. Don't
Okay.
fuck it. Here's what I want to
Wait a
do.
minute.
I want to see. I'm gonna keep scrolling until I find someone say, "Go watch The Bear" instead,
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
or just someone mention The Bear in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely delicious. 5 stars. If Voldemort wasn't a wizard but a chef, 4 stars.
Okay. Actually, that one, that one actually kind of makes sense.
That's who played Chef Slug, by the way.
Yeah, that's
in
who.
case.
Mm-hmm.
Very entertaining. Decent pastime, but doesn't really satiate. Really? I don't know who the fuck you are, dog.
I don't know who any of these people are.
I'm hungry.
Just
I'm
words on the
hungry.
screen.
Yet another steaming turd. 1 star.
Thank you. Halloween.
All right.
nights.
We're done.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going first?
Justin, take us out.
Okay. So, other than Dino, I believe, and before Dino had joined us in this endeavor, I was the one who suggested watching this movie because this is my favorite movie from that year, I believe, from 2022. This is where I really got jump started into horror, and the Menu was like the perfect entryway. So this movie has a special place in my heart. I also just like the concept of movies where the premise is very nonchalant and normal, and then it immediately becomes fucked up halfway through. Listen, every one of these movies is exactly the same in terms of like you're just waiting for the twist to happen, and then it happens, and then everything goes to shit. But I love it every time. With that being said, 8.5.
Okay.
Wow.
Dino.
Yes. I was very happy to see this particular genre of horror films, a subgenre of like artistic horror approach, where it's not so much directly in the face like a lot of American horror films are. Actually requires you to pay attention and really think, sort of put yourself in the shoes of the main character, and while at the same time everyone in this film is pretty much an antagonist, yet the protagonist is one person basically just surrounded in this room of horrible people. And I was very worried when this film was coming out because I'm like, this is such a good concept. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. I guarantee you this is not what the trailer is making it out to be. It's not just going to be cut and dry, survive, and then they're going to cook them or whatever. Like, that's the big twist. I'm glad that it didn't really go to that point, like serving up a human type of shit. But yeah, like I was very pleasantly surprised by it. Just like everybody else, I was really, really craving a cheeseburger after and a s'more. But yeah, a lot of love and care was put into the recipe of this film. Yes, I'm getting punny. And I very much enjoyed it second time around as I did the first time, and it's even better with company. So I'm going to give it 5 stars which is, I understand on the numeric scale,
It would be a 10 out
I
of
give
10.
it a 98. Yeah.
Okay, 9.8. God damn it, Tito. One day you will just give me a normal fucking score and I won't have to do math. One day.
That'll be the day.
You could just enter his score because he said 5 stars. You could just enter it as 10.
Yeah.
All right.
But 9.8 is good.
Okay. Well, as is tradition, we'll make Melee do his last because his opinion is the one that matters the most. I went into this literally only knowing it had to do with food. I don't know if this was something that I was told or something I had created a misconception of in my head. There was some sort of some sort of cannibalism in this film. Wasn't there. Don't know where I got that from. I never watched any trailers. I didn't know really anything about it other than food. Very interesting. The dude has like had his love and passion for cooking taken away from him. Through capitalistic and just really shitty ways. These fucking people that are there have like ruined everything, except for the movie star who just had a shitty movie.
Yeah. And his assistant.
Yeah. But yeah, very interesting. I really love the ending where he only lets her go because she finally made him feel that love and passion for cooking again one last time. So he spared her and let her go. Anyway, very good movie. Probably going to be watching it again this weekend. I give this a solid 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Michael,
girl.
Michael Hellbot.
Yeah, that's me.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I as I said in the past, I like visiting the beach from old that makes you old.
Oh, yeah, fuck. You know what? I might have to take half a point off for that.
All right. Listen.
I always like these films where, there's lots of genres with horror. I know, mainly with most of the stuff that we've seen, especially with the Freaky Ween franchise, it's been like slashers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they like to take a more artistic route, which is why I think like Parasite is like one of my favorite films of all time and one of the best horror films. And I think this has a similar approach.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But not like copy and paste, but like that kind of style.
It's a very similar atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. It's serving a commentary. And I think this film did very well with how it criticizes so many aspects of capitalism and shitty human beings.
Yep.
And you actually understand the characters, at least with the chef, Chef Boyardee. You actually understand why he lost his passion and why at some point, because of how shitty this world is, he just snaps one day and decides to make his masterpiece of this. And he punishes all the people who are partly responsible for people like him, losing, in a way, the will to enjoy life. And of course, our main protagonist, she is in most ways innocent in all of this because she was just brought in by the shitty person, knowing full well that everyone was going to die in the end. And I'm very glad that she found a way to appeal to his humanity like one last time, making him feel something. And because of that, she got to live, and it makes sense. It's not like in some movies you will call it a cop out, but I think this one thematically makes sense why she would be allowed to live and everyone else get to die. So all in all, I think I give this movie a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
It's not a horror movie that's trying to like scare you, but it makes you think about how we live, and maybe it might make you reconsider about some choices that you make. So yeah, 9 out of 10. And we miss you, Tony.
Very well said. We do miss you, Tony. So, with everyone's scores today, that brings the menu to an average score of 9.325, which puts it above Halloween 2018 and just below Longlegs. So that puts it in technically third place. We have 3 movies that have a perfect 10 score that are tied for first place. Those being American Psycho, Brain Dead, and Halloween 1978.
That is a hell of a list.
But yeah, that was the menu, and that brings it into this week. Next week, we're watching a little bit less of an artistic film and more of a, oh dear God, what the fuck is going on with these people's bodies? As next week, we are watching... Melee, can I get a drum roll, please?
Clap, 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 clap. No hands. Clap, clap, clap.
Cabin Fever!
Ooh.
The first of many, I would assume many, Eli Roth movies on the fucking podcast.
Yes.
Fuck Eli Roth. Fuck Eli Roth, but goddamn it, I love your movies, you piece of shit.
The first of at least 3 that I can see on the list as of right now.
I'll get it on here somehow. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the end for this week. I was gonna fucking say something and I already forgot.
What?
Idiot.
Follow us.
Yeah, follow us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Buy our merch.
Buy the merch. Subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/youdamnright. It's $1 a month, guys. I mean, come on. You can watch the movies with us for $1 a month. For $2 a month, you can watch all the wrestling content with the You Damn Right podcast, too. So, I mean, it's... I don't get it. I just don't get it. Just subscribe. It's right there.
Wow.
It's in the description. patreon.com/youdamnright. You can watch everything. We're not even watching just that shit. We're watching a bunch of other stupid shit sometimes, too. Like, The Ultimatum Season 3 coming out in December.
Yes, sir.
We will be watching it.
We will be watching.
But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week. And we'll see you next time. I'm Sam.
I'm Justin.
All right, Dino and Melee are also here. Jesus fucking Christ. We're the 3 from hell minus Tony. Thank you. Love you. Bye.